Okay, so welcome everybody to this webinar called Your Visionary Business, 5 Proven Strategies to Ensure a Strong Start and Sustainable Profitability. I am Jocelyn Mercado. I am a transformational life and business coach and the founder of Sacred Planet. And I'm so excited to be with you today and sharing this information. And I just have so much really valuable, practical, and inspiring information to share with you today. So we'll go right ahead and get started. And as the Facebook Live catches up, then the people on Facebook can join. I'm not sure why that's taken so long today. Okay, so what I want to start out with is just kind of a, you know you're on the right webinar if, okay? So if you are feeling like there's something more in life that you're meant to be moving toward, if you are working at a job or making your living in a way that maybe is not bringing you the joy that you know you really need in your life, or if you have your own business already, but you're feeling stuck or trapped, if you're not happy with your business model, if you're trading dollars for hours, or if you feel that you're really not reaching your highest purpose in that existing work. If you know that you're meant for something so much greater than this, if you know that you're meant to be a driving force for the rapid evolution and awakening of consciousness that is happening during our times today, then I am here today to tell you that the best possible thing you can do, or just begin taking steps toward at this time, is to start thinking about how you can shift away from making your income doing something that you don't like, and to begin planning for ways to make your income doing something that you really, really love. And I'm here to take a stand for you, to contribute to a new way of living and working and supporting ourselves. And I'm here to take a stand for us joining together in community, all of us, as many of you as want to join me, in creating a sacred economy, a life economy, as John Perkins has called it. An economy in which we receive the financial resources that we want and need from doing work that we love. An economy in which generosity and community and compassion and love are placed as our top priorities. Money is not the top priority. Money is an important part of the system that keeps everything running and that allows us to put food on our table and a roof over our heads and the things that we need and want. But money does not come before life and love and community and compassion. So if you're feeling the call to explore the possibility of starting your own business or community so that you can do what you love every day and earn the abundant income that you really deserve by doing so, then you are in the right place here on this webinar today. And today I'm going to share with you 5 strategies that are going to be really, really valuable no matter where you are on your path of conceptualizing and launching your visionary business. And you may be thinking, oh, my business isn't visionary. And I'm here to tell you that it is. If it is aligned with what you love, if it is aligned with your soul's mission, then it is coming from a higher place than you may even realize. So trust in that your idea is visionary and you are meant to be carrying that out. And one thing I do want to note is that this webinar is primarily for people who are just starting out with their business. So people who are still in the process of creating their business, or who have been in business for just a few years and haven't yet found the full level of success that they really know is possible. And so if you are watching this and you're someone who already has a successful business and you're really serious about taking it up, way up to the next level, then you can either message me on Facebook or email me at jocelyn@wearesacredplanet.com, because I have something very exciting to share with you that's a little different than what I'll be presenting here. I can share with you something that's for more advanced entrepreneurs, but even if that's you, stay on the call here because there is lots of really valuable information on this webinar for you as well. So with that, let's dive right in. So the 5 strategies that I'm going to share with you here today include some tough topics that it can be hard for us, especially as spiritual or highly conscious entrepreneurs, to find reliable information about, like money and our money mindset, as well as sales and marketing. And we can get really blocked when it comes to these things. You know, we can get really blocked around money when it comes to doing our spiritual or our heart-based work, or our work where we are wanting to make a positive difference in the world, because it seems like money and spirit and having a positive impact on the collective future of our planet, money doesn't go together with those things, right? They shouldn't exist in the same sentence, it kind of feels like. So we're going to break right through that barrier today. And we're also going to take a look at how to turn the typical, very often awful, mainstream sales and marketing tactics on their head, because there's a lot of really bad gimmicky strategy stuff out there around sales and marketing, and I can't stand it, and I'm sure you probably feel the same. We really want to be creating our businesses and online communities in a way that truly respects and honors your audience and your potential clients who are out there who may someday want to work with you. And we want to give generously to them. But we want to be able to do this in a way that you can still make the income that you really deserve and have a sustainable business that will support you. So we're going to go into that too. It's going to be really exciting. So first of all, for those who may not know me, I just want to tell you a little bit about my story and how I built my business. So I have spent the past 6 years, or a little more than 6 years, researching online entrepreneurship and basically taking every training program that I could get my hands on regarding how to successfully first launch my business, which was Sacred Planet, and plus how to take that to the next level in the subsequent years. And I've been through a lot of really inspiring training programs. And I've also seen a lot of really salesy, markety advice out there. And I have to tell you that it turns my stomach every time. The high pressure tactics and the in-your-face marketing is just not my style, and I think you probably agree. It's just not appropriate for the conscious and heart-based work that I'm doing and that you are wanting to do. So I'm sure you all feel the same way about that. So when I decided to move forward with launching Sacred Planet, I took the best of the best advice that I had gathered from many, many entrepreneurial teachers. And I created a website and communications that really put my heart and soul out there for everyone to see. And so I didn't use sales tactics, right? I don't use sales tactics. I didn't even offer a free gift for joining my newsletter at that time, which you can do. That's a great thing to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But at that time, my philosophy was I didn't want people to join my newsletter because they were getting something for free. I wanted people to join my newsletter because they were aligned with my mission, because they saw my heart and soul message that I had put out there on my website, and their heart and soul said yes to that I want to be a part of this, So this is my first advice to you, and my first strategy that I want to share with you is to create an amazing, professional, and beautiful website that shares your heart and soul's truth. And I'm going to share with you some tips and recommendations on how you can best do that. And the reason for this is that once you create your website and you have your website that really, the images, the wording, the way that it's laid out, everything really communicates your heart and soul's truth, then truly the world is your audience. And so the question, though, I'm sure you probably have had a sense for that, right? And I'm sure you have seen others with websites that you really admire that are accomplishing that. But the question remains then, how can you get a website up and launched and sharing your important message in a minimal amount of time without a huge investment? Or if you already have a website and it's not performing as you had hoped, then what are some changes and tweaks that you can make to really hugely improve your impact? So that's what I want to share with you here today. It's the first strategy. So for any website, there are 2 pages that you absolutely need to have. So if you don't have your website yet, but you're going to be creating it, you can create these 2 pages first. And if you already have a website, then make sure, just go over these 2 pages and make sure that when people land on your site, they're going to see what I'm about to share with you here on these 2 pages. So the first one, of course, is the homepage. This is the first place that people are going to land when they arrive at your website. And your homepage should have beautiful, eye-catching images or banners. It should have a concise and inspiring message near the top of the page. And this is the part where people read it and say, yes, this is a match. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this online community. And then After that, entry, banner, and inspiring message, you want to place your email newsletter sign up form very, very high up on the page. It is extremely important that this is really easy for people to access. You don't want your email sign up form to be at the bottom of the page. You don't want it to be on the left side or the right side. You want it to be front and center and very, very high up on the page. And the reason for this is that the email newsletter sign up form is a critical part of building your business. You must begin right away to collect a list of your most loyal and devoted fans. Now, if someone comes to your website, and this is the same for you when you visit another person's website, right? If someone comes to your website and they like what they see enough to give you their personal information, their name and their email address, that is a very high compliment to you, right? And that is a statement of their resonance with what you are sharing. And you really want to be able to connect with these individuals who felt that way when they landed on your site. And you want to be able to continue to provide these people with amazing content and keep in touch with them and communicate with them. Because let's be realistic here. If you want to have an online business and you want to be able to do what you love all the time, you're going to have to earn income from it in order to keep it going. And your email list is such a critical part of that, because when you have people on your email list who resonated with your initial message, and then you're continuing to send them communications, and this doesn't have to be a daily or a weekly email. This can be once a month. It could be once every other month. But as long as you are reaching out to them, letting them know that you're there, letting them know a little bit about what you're working on or what you're writing on your blog or what you're going to be offering, when you are delighting them and surprising them with amazing, generous content, then you're going to cultivate a loyal group of followers. And those individuals are going to be developing that trust in you, and they're going to be feeling like they're getting more and more developing a relationship with you as you keep communicating with them. And they are going to be, by far, much more likely to become your potential clients or customers in the future. So this email subscriber list is the first key and most important beginning step for how you're going to generate the income that you really need. And then those people on your email list are your tribe. You know, this is such a gift, right? This is amazing that once you start to develop your list and you have these people adding to your list, you'll see that it is just such a privilege to have them to connect with. Because they get you, right? They saw your message and they get it and they resonate with it and they want more. So you've got to make that newsletter sign up form one of your top priorities. If you are building a website, you want to make that one of your top priorities to get that right on the homepage right away. And if you have a website where the email newsletter sign up is not high up on the homepage, go and do that right now. Add it in. Okay, so continuing on with the homepage. And let me check on Facebook. Yeah, I don't think we're going live on Facebook today. Unfortunately, it was not able to connect. So let me just close that connection. I don't know what happened there, but we will have the recording on Zoom so people can still watch it here. Okay, great. So continuing on with the homepage. So after the email newsletter sign up form, the homepage can have a variety of different things, okay? And there's a lot of different directions you can go. You want to think about what really is most aligned for you and whatever you most want people to know about your business and your work and your vision and your message to the world, because when people land on your homepage, this is all the first stuff that they're going to see about you. So, and remember that people have a very short attention span when they are searching on the web. It's said to be like 8 minutes and shrinking right now at this time. So you really want to catch their interest and provide inspiring, interesting content on your homepage that is not too wordy. You know, you don't want to have a bunch of really small text that they have to like really lean in and try to, squint their eyes to see. You want to have it be fairly large text, easy to read, and really inspiring and uplifting information. So you might have, after your email newsletter, your vision statement or your mission statement or a brief summary of those things. You might have a list of the benefits of joining your online community, if that's applicable to you. You might want to feature your next upcoming workshop or event if you're offering those sorts of things. You might want to speak a little bit about your philosophy and values and why you created this business, or what important work you're wanting to do in the world through your business. Any of those things are very highly effective examples of what you might have on your homepage. And so that you can get creative with that, right? You can put what you want on there, but you want to make sure it's easy to read, inspiring, uplifting, and not too dense at that point on the homepage. Also very important, all of the info that you put on the home page is really focused on your business, on what you're offering to the world, and on what people will be receiving or how they'll be benefiting from engaging with you on the homepage. So then from there, now let's move on to the About page, because this is the very, very important second page you should always have. And I'm going to recommend some key strategies about the About page too. So while your homepage is focused on informing people about your business, your About page is focused on telling people about you. And the reason for this is that people want, and again, I'm sure you're the same when you go and visit somebody else's website, you want to, if you really like what you see, you want to click through to the About page and find out who is this person? What are they all about? How did they come to be doing this work? What has been their journey? So that's exactly what you want to have on your About page. You want to tell your story, and you want to especially tell the story of how did you come to be doing this work? So how has your life's journey led you to this place to be creating this website and creating this business and offering the products or services that you offer? Because usually when we start a business, there's a pretty big reason why it happened. Like it's usually a pretty big life change or a big inspiration or guidance from above, or, something big happened to make us want to start something that is based on our passion and our dreams. So tell about that, tell what your journey has been, and don't be afraid to tell about the difficult times in your life too. Very, very often our struggles and our challenges are what led us to kind of break free from certain things and then be able to start this business. So you really want to tell about that. Now, you don't want to get too down into the nitty-gritty, traumatic details of things, but you want to keep it kind of inspiring and uplifting overall. But it's good for people to see what you have struggled with, because very, very likely your ideal clients are going to have a lot in common with you. So your ideal clients who are going to come to your About page are going to read that, and very likely they're going to see a lot of themselves in you. And they're going to say, oh my gosh, she really understands me, or he's been on such a very similar journey to what I'm on. And that will continue building that trust and building that relationship that you want to have with them, which again is really, really important to make that connection. And it increases the chance that they might become your clients, or they might engage with you in some way, or who knows, you might end up doing a project with them in the future. You just never know who's going to land on your page and what opportunities might come up for that. Now, your About page absolutely must include a picture of you near the top of the page. This is really important, and it does not have to be a perfectly photographed professional, photograph of you. It just needs to be a photo of you where you look happy or content, and where your energy shines through, like your personality kind of shines through in this picture. So it can be a very, very casual picture of you if it's a good example of your personality and your energy. And it's great, if eventually you can get a series of professionally taken photographs, but don't wait to set up your About page until you have that, because you can use any photo and you can always update it later when you get those more professional ones done. Okay, so I'm just checking my notes here. Okay, good. So the home page and the About page are the two very most important pages, because those are where people are always going to check first when they initially visit your site. And if you wanted to go on to talk about the third most important page, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about this, but the third most important page is your products, services, or offerings. And so this will take many different forms depending on what your business model is. So if you have a jewelry business, or if you're an artist, or if you offer any other type of products, this is a page or a number of pages that show probably a picture of the items, a description, the price, and, click here to buy. For service businesses, it gets a little more tricky. So if you go to my website, for example, and you look at my Work With Me page, because my one-on-one coaching is so highly customized to every individual client, I have an outline of kind of my philosophy and my values in my coaching, but I don't list all of my different programs because there are so many different nuances to that, and it really depends on what the individual person needs, and I customize them very much. So I share about my life and business coaching philosophy and values and my experience and my training. And then there's a button to schedule a free 45-minute consultation with me. And from there, I'll have a conversation with that person and really dig deep into what they most need. Is it more aligned with life coaching? Is it more aligned with business coaching? We'll get into all of the details, and I can recommend a program that's really perfectly designed for exactly what they need. So if you do highly customized coaching work, or any kind of work that varies a lot depending on the individual client, then you probably want to take a similar approach where you offer a general outline on the page, on your services page, and then invite them to a free consultation, and you can get into all the details there. Okay, so one more important point about your website before we move on to strategy number 2, and that is that I really strongly recommend that you create your own website. I really, really recommend, and I have learned this through my own personal experience too, that you should not depend on someone else to be able to manage this very crucial part of your business. Now, this is not true for everyone. Okay. There are some people who have absolutely beautiful websites that have been designed by others, and that, that you can learn to keep them up, but that is usually very expensive. Okay. If someone else is designing it. So you want to be able to make that initial investment if that's the case. If you're not able to make that initial investment, there are sites, for example, there's Squarespace, which I think is really the absolute number one choice, where you can go on and very, very easily, like it's literally drag and drop, very intuitive, very easy to learn. You can plug in your beautiful images, you can plug in your text, and you can create a really professional, stunning looking website with it costs less than $400 a year on Squarespace, for example. I also don't recommend the free sites. Like Wix has a free version. I think Weebly has a free version, and you do get what you pay for. I've had a lot of clients who, have had Wix and have not been very happy with it because it gets really cumbersome to use, at least in the free version. I don't know if their paid version might be a little better. But I usually will point people towards Squarespace because it's just so easy to learn, and it's between $200 and $400 a year, which includes a shopping cart function. You don't have to purchase that separately as an add-on. It includes really advanced search engine optimization. So that is my recommendation to you. And I'll show you a little more about how to get into that later on in this presentation. Okay, so strategy number 2 that I want to share with you today. So strategy number 1 was to create a beautiful website that expresses your heart and soul, and some details about how to do that. And then strategy number 2 is to get really clear on who your ideal clients are, and to build a strong connection with your ideal clients through your communications and marketing. So your ideal clients are the people who are out there in the world just waiting for you to step up and rock their world, right? So they need you. They're waiting for you to step onto the stage and provide what they have been looking for. So one of the primary laws of the universe is that what you seek is also seeking you. So if you have this deeply held desire to help people, or to share your creative work with a global audience, or do your healing or coaching work on a larger scale, then that means that the clients and the customers are already there just waiting for you. But the question then is, right, where are they and how do I find them? Good question. Okay, so picture it this way. All of the clients that you will eventually work with in your business will be a wide range of people, like a wide spectrum from red to purple and everything in between, on the rainbow, right, of the spectrum. So every client will not be your ideal client. Your ideal client is the person right in the middle of that whole spectrum. This ideal client is the perfect client for you. They are the person who will receive the absolute highest value and highest benefits from working with you. And you will truly love to work with them. Like it's just a match made in heaven. Your ideal client is the perfect person for you, and you're the perfect person for them. So when you're creating your website content, your marketing, your email newsletters, and so on, you've got to know who your ideal client is. You need to design all of your content, everything in your business, to speak directly to that ideal person. You don't want to be speaking to the person who's way out on the fringe over here, who's not really ideal for you. You want to get really, really clear on who that perfect person is to work with you. And this is how you're going to maximize your time and energy in your business. This is how you're going to connect with the right people. This is how you're going to make sure that you love what you're doing every day, because you'll be working with the people that you love, not the people that are, you're clashing with personality-wise or whatever that might look like. And it's going to make sure that your clients are receiving exactly what they need the most. And then most importantly, in creating a sustainable and profitable business, this is the email newsletter was the first key to this. And getting really clear on your ideal client is the second major key to generating consistent income. So all of that hinges on communicating directly and effectively to your ideal client. So you really want to spend some time with this and do some work around this. There are lots of places that you can go online and you can look up, how to figure out my ideal client avatar. So you could go out and do that, one of those if you want. But what you really want to do is, so if you've already been in business, think about the clients and customers that you've loved working with. Like pick maybe the top 3 that were your absolute best clients that you loved working with. And think about what their needs were, okay, and who are they? Now, if you haven't had customers before, I'll give you some suggestions, right? But if you've had customers or clients before, your top 3 clients of all time, were they male or female? What age range were they? What type of job are they in? What are their interests? What are their dreams and goals? And what was the main problem that they came to you to solve? And you want to write all of this down, and you want to go really, really deep into what this person's deepest needs and desires and wishes for the future are. And you want to design all of your materials to speak to that person. Okay. And then every time you write something, you'll be talking directly to them. It's like, when you put that content on your website, or when you send out an email newsletter, you want to just always have that person in your mind, or those 3 ideal clients in your mind, and think, okay, if I was going to talk directly to them, conversationally with them, what would I be saying? And that's what you want to say in your content. Now, if you are just starting out and you have no idea who your ideal client is, here's what I recommend. Your ideal client is likely you 3 to 5 years ago, okay? Or maybe like 7 years ago could be. Your ideal client, as I mentioned earlier, is likely to be someone very similar to you. They're on a similar path. They have similar interests and kind of goals and a similar perspective on the world. They're looking for the same things that have been important to you throughout your life. But somehow you have now evolved to a new level, or you've gone through certain life experiences that forced you to up level and to learn new things. Or maybe you've taken training or learned a skill that helped you leap forward. And now you're ready to teach that to those people who are similar to you, but maybe 3, 5, 7 years behind you. And you're able now to help them get to a new place in their life. So if you don't know who your ideal client is, check and see if perhaps your ideal client might just be you 3 or 5 or 7 years ago. And then you can go ahead and do the same exercise. Are they male or female? What age range? What type of job are they in? What are their interests? What are their goals and dreams and hopes for the future? And what are the biggest problems that they want to solve that you have the expertise to help them with? And however you go through this process of determining the characteristics of your ideal client, it is absolutely essential to your business success to have a clear and focused knowledge of your ideal client's wants and needs, hopes, dreams, longings, and so on. Because then you'll be able to communicate effectively with them and really, really, again, build that relationship, let them know exactly what you're offering that is exactly what they most need. Okay, so That was strategy number 2, to get really clear on your ideal client. So strategy number 3 is to upgrade your money mindset. And this is where we're going to talk about the money. And so this is to upgrade your approach to receiving money. Okay, so this is one big thing, because as spiritual and highly conscious entrepreneurs, we often have a lot of trouble receiving money. We feel that that is wrong somehow. And I'm going to get into that in great detail in just a minute. And so money is the big and scary topic that nobody in the heart-based business world seems to want to really talk about or get into. Or if they do, it's more surface level, okay? And from what I have seen in my own life experience and business building experience, and also in pretty much all of my clients, is that money is one of the single biggest stumbling blocks that spiritual and heart-based entrepreneurs run into. Technology is probably the second one, all right? So money and technology are where we want to focus our efforts. So the thing with money is that we have ideas that have been instilled in us from a very early age, possibly even since before we were born, right? That money is evil, right? Or if I get a lot of money, I'll be a bad person. Or money is dirty. Or if I'm truly spiritual, I shouldn't need a lot of money. So the problem is that these kinds of thoughts and ideas leave us struggling. They leave us in scarcity mode. They leave us not knowing where the next paycheck or the next, money to pay this bill is going to come from. And we don't want to be in that place. Okay. So let's take a look at where all of that comes from and how we can really develop an amazing relationship with money and still be aligned with our truest values. Can everyone see and hear me still okay? Because the Zoom screen just flashed. So I just want to make sure you all are still with me here. Let's see. Hopefully. Okay. One yes. That's good. Okay, good. Lots of yeses. All right, cool. So let's get real here and put it all out in the open about money. Okay, so a really amazing, excellent book to read about money, if you want to go really deeply into this, is The Soul of Money by Lynn Twist. I will type that in the chat, actually, so you can look that up. Okay. And what Lynn says, and what a lot of different teachers that I have learned from say, is that money is energy. And one of my elder teachers, actually an indigenous elder, says that money is a female energy and that she is intensely creative and powerful. And so what has happened over time is that we as human beings have taken this energy of money, this river current. Lynn Twist speaks about money like a river that needs to flow through all of our lives. It flows through my life and I hand it on to the next person and they hand it on to the next person. She says it needs to keep moving. We need to keep it healthy by keeping it moving. But however we look at money, we have taken this energy of money, and as human beings in general, in the collective, in the world, we have used it in improper ways. We are using it as an excuse to destroy the environment, to harm people, to create huge inequality between the rich and the poor. And so this is why we have this very, very deep-seated feeling that money is evil, money is dirty, right? We've seen it used in these horrible, horrible ways all of our life. We've seen big corporations put profits before people, profits before animals and plants, profits before life in general. And so this creates clearly, understandably, some very negative feelings in us about money. But here's the thing. When, on the other hand, we use money to support our family, to support our heart-based business that is making tremendous positive change in the world, the positive feminine spirit of money is going to come forward and support you. But we don't want to be acting from a place of guilt or shame, and that's really the hardest part, because we are taught that if we want a lot of money, we're bad, or that people with a lot of money are evil. So very, very often as spiritual and highly conscious entrepreneurs, we go into our work and we start out our businesses with this idea of, well, I should make some money, just enough, but not too much, because then I'll be a bad person. And here's the problem with that. How are you ever going to take your business to the next level and the next and to the highest level and make a hugely positive and transformational difference in the world when you're making just barely enough money, right? And when you're stuck in scarcity and when you probably many months don't know how you're going to pay your bills, you're not going to be able to operate at that highest level and make your highest contribution to the world. Instead, you'll be laying awake at night worrying about money. And you'll be in a state of fear and trying to survive financially rather than thriving, okay? So this is all very confusing, right? Like, what is the truth here? What is the truth about money? Because we can see both sides of it here. So the first truth is that we need to realize, like deep in our hearts, we need to realize that we were each sent here, each and every one of us, to fulfill a very important purpose and to offer a very critical contribution to make the world a better place. And the universe, God, Goddess, great creator, wants us to succeed at our mission, each and every one of us. We were put here to succeed. We were put here with a purpose, and all of the forces around us want us to carry out that purpose in powerful ways. But in order to do this, we need certain resources to complete our mission. So maybe 2,000 years ago, money wasn't so critical to our survival because we could grow our own food back then more easily, or we could barter for what we need, or we had family members with resources that would, we would be in community with them and we could all share what we needed. But today in our modern world, we truly do need money, unless you're living way off the grid and growing all of your own food and wild harvesting and, a pretty unusual scenario. You really are going to need money in order to feel safe and secure, to put a roof over your head and your family's heads, to put food on the table. And we need more than just enough, because just enough leaves us in fear and not knowing each month if there will be enough. We need an abundance of money. Okay. Now, we don't need a McMansion and a Land Rover necessarily. Now, if that just makes your heart happy that you've always wanted a Land Rover and that will just make you the happiest person on earth, maybe that's okay for you, right? We all have our individual things, but generally as spiritual entrepreneurs, we're not looking for the Land Rovers here, right? What we need is enough money to put a little bit in savings every month. We need enough money to pay our bills and not be wondering where it's going to come from. And we need enough money to maybe travel a little bit and do the things that we love to really lift up our spirits, or get the training that we need to go deeper in our work, or go on retreat so we can get really clear on what our soul's purpose is all about, right? So these are things that we need as spiritual and highly conscious entrepreneurs. We need these things to support ourselves. We need to be able to have that retreat time, or we need to be able to just not be in survival mode, right? To just be in abundance mode. And we need these things so that we can be truly happy and give our best in service to a larger mission. Because when we're filled up in these ways, when we truly do have enough and more than enough, we can come forward every single day and offer our highest contribution to the world. And God, Goddess, Creator, Universe wants this, knows this, and wants us to have enough. And money, as my Indigenous elder teacher says, as that feminine creative force, wants to flow to us and provide us with the resources that we need. And if we have a huge vision, if we want to be a warrior for life and light and love, we need to welcome the abundance and allow the money to flow through us to bring our vision to life. So here's the second truth. All right, the first one was that we each have a mission and the universe wants us to carry it out. Here's the second truth. Money allows us to be more fully who we truly are. So if a bad and evil person gets a lot of money, they're going to do more and more bad and evil things. But what about you? Right? What about you and me? I'm willing to bet that you are a really good person who understands the value of money, and that if you get a lot of money, you're going to do some amazingly positive things with it. I bet you're going to be very grateful and joyful to have it, and you're going to use that money to grow your business, to support your family. You'll probably donate to important causes. You'll use it to make the world a better place in any way that you can. So money equals freedom. Money gives us the freedom to be more of who we truly are and who we were truly meant to be when we first came here. When people say they want a lot of money, they don't want just the money, right? What they really want is the freedom that the money will give them. So that might be freedom to travel. That might be freedom to not have to work at a job that they can't stand. It might be the freedom to donate to causes that they think are doing good work in the world, or freedom to help out their family members. All of these are positive uses of money. When we don't have enough money, or when we're living in a state of scarcity, how does that feel? We all know how that feels, right? I would bet everybody on this call has been there. We can't sleep at night for worrying about the money. We're stuck in survival mode. It uses up a lot of our precious life force energy that we really want to be spending on making our highest contribution to the world. We cannot do our highest work when we're feeling that way, depleted and not knowing if there's enough. So having a reasonably abundant amount of money, having financial security is truly critical to your being able to make the world a better place. It allows you to operate from a place of joy and abundance, and it is a resource that you can use to expand your business, to expand your positive work. And furthermore, you deserve this freedom. We each came here wanting to fulfill our purpose, wanting to grow and expand and do more good work, right? So you deserve that, and you deserve to feel great every day and really be able to operate as your highest self. Not only do you deserve it, but the world needs you to go out and be your highest self. So I encourage you to shift your beliefs around money, to really welcome in the money, to allow yourself to receive money without shame, without guilt, with full knowledge and understanding that money is a positive energy that we can ask for the universe to send us, and that we can gratefully accept and use to create more goodness in the world. Okay, so that was strategy number 3, to upgrade your money mindset. Very, very important, right? Strategy number 4 is to get your masculine and feminine in balance. So we've talked about this a little bit in the first training video, The Magic of Success. And so when I speak about masculine and feminine, let me tell you a little bit more about what I mean by that. So feminine, I think of as the inspiration, receiving the vision from above, the ideas, the passion that we feel around that, the love that we feel for what we want to create, and that beautiful creative process when we get inspired. Sometimes at 2 a.m, we wake up with an amazing idea and just have to write it down. That is the feminine, like receiving that vision and being in this creative space. And then the masculine, on the other hand, is the side of us that can take that vision and create a structure around it, and then go out and take action on those ideas. So it's like creating the structure, creating an action plan, strategizing on how to make it happen, and then going out and taking the physical actions to bring that into physical reality. Now, the feminine part is very, very important to ensure we don't overwhelm ourselves by being in busy, action mode all the time. And certainly our society today encourages us to be in that busy, action mode all the time. That is what we're kind of just generally expected to do. So on the one hand, we want to be really, really sure that we leave time for solitude, for reflection, for meditation, for receiving the insights and the vision. Because that also rejuvenates us. That creative part of ourselves wants to be activated, and it fills us up with life when we do that. But also, we don't want to leave out the masculine, because if we're spending all of our time in the feminine and receiving the vision and all that, but we're not ever taking action on it, then it's not going to move forward. Like, we're receiving all these beautiful ideas and instructions and information, but it's not going to move forward. And so you need the masculine side then to help you get the right systems in place to really make it all happen, to make us productive, to make us efficient, et cetera, et cetera. So when either of these are out of balance, it's going to cause us trouble. And so, for example, if you're spending too much time in creation or dreamy phase or receiving the vision phase, then your business is not going to succeed because you're not spending enough time taking action. But on the other hand, if you spend too much time on the computer all day long doing busy work, or just working, and not taking the time for your meditation or for your solitude or for spending time in nature or for your spiritual and creative work, then you're going to get burned down and exhausted. Okay, so we really want to find a good balance between the two. And as we were talking about in the last video, we want to find ways that we can shift back and forth between the two. And maybe it might be that one week you're more in feminine mode and the next week you're more in action, masculine mode. Or it may be that you switch in and out of both throughout the day. It really depends on our personalities and what we need and how we thrive, on how you're going to find the balance there. So take a real look at how you might be out of balance right now, and take some time to brainstorm ways to bring your activities into better alignment with what you really need. Okay, so now we're going to get to strategy number 5 for creating your successful business, which is to choose your business model. And this is so important because we want to make sure that the business model that we choose is in alignment with all of your top priorities. So how will you maximize your time and energy while creating the income that you really need? How will you create a successful business that allows you to have the freedom you want and deserve in your life while your business still can grow and expand? That's a really tough one, right? We want to have freedom. We don't want to be spending all of our time on the computer, all the time in the masculine action-taking mode, but we do want our business to be growing and expanding. So you want to choose a business model that will allow you to really balance these things out, that will allow you to operate in the way that you thrive and that you most need. So it's very important, first of all, to get clear on what you really want. Do you want to have off every Friday? If you want to have off every Friday, then plan for that from the very beginning of your business. Build that into your business model. Don't schedule clients on Friday. Don't end up, answering emails all day on Friday. Like, really set that intention strongly and make that the way that you're going to move forward. Or if you want to have the way that I kind of operate in my business is that I see clients primarily on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I have my solitude time and my receiving the vision time on Tuesday and Thursday. And that is such an important part of my work because it informs everything else that I'm doing. So I really needed to learn to make time for that. So figure out, without settling, without compromising, how do you really want to be operating? How much time do you want to spend working, and when do you want to be available or not available to your customers and your clients? So I'm going to give you some examples of online business models in the coaching and consulting industry. Now, of course, you may have a different type of a business, but I think most of the people listening are probably somewhere in the coaching, consulting, teaching, healing fields. So hopefully this will be applicable to most. And even if you don't initially think it's applicable to you, listen in, because you might learn something or find a way to apply it to your own work that you weren't expecting. So really think about that. So the first is one-on-one work, where you would be meeting personally with people. So if you're a healer, you might be doing hands-on healing with people in one-on-one sessions, or you might be doing on Skype or Zoom, you might be doing distance healing. If you're a coach or a consultant, then you might be meeting with people on Zoom or meeting with people on the phone, one-on-one, and helping them to, solve their problems and work through whatever they need to receive from you. And this is hands down the best model for when you're getting started in an online business. In this business model, you want to be willing to make yourself available for discovery calls or free initial consultations throughout the year. And you'll need to be comfortable with the fact that not all discovery calls will result in a client that, is going to be really working with you. Now, if you're a healer, you may not be doing discovery calls. You may just be inviting people right in, to receive your healing or your services. You can decide if that's right for you. But the beauty of this model is that you get to develop close and lasting relationships with your long-term clients. And you have the amazing experience of seeing how their lives change and transform with your healing or with your teaching or with your guidance. And you get to see firsthand how your wisdom and your expertise and your training that you've put in is making a real difference in the world for people who you truly care about. So that's really exciting. Another model, a really, really strong model for online businesses, is online courses or offering group programs or online workshops. And this model is great for long-term sustainable income with only a few pinpointed marketing efforts throughout the year. Now, depending on how big your audience is or how large of a program you want to launch, those marketing times can be really intense. So you need to just factor that in. And if you're going to be doing, in marketing phase for a little while, then you want to be in rejuvenation phase for a little bit following that, right? To really balance things out for yourself. The beauty of this model is knowing that you are going to be offering people the opportunity to engage with you and experience your important message or your wisdom or your expertise at a more affordable price point. And you'll see your power to heal and transform people's lives ripple out into wider and wider circles. So you're not just helping one person at a time. You might be helping 20 people at a time, or you might be helping 100 people at a time, depending on how big your program is. And it's so much fun to see the dynamics of how the different people in your programs might interact with each other if you have it set up that way. I really, really love that, and how we can all learn from each other's questions. So that's something that I highly recommend building into your group programs, is some kind of interactivity, whether it's a discussion page or a Facebook group or the chat like we have here in Zoom. So a third way that you may want to run your business, and this is what I'm currently doing, this is my current business model, is a combination of one-on-one coaching and then larger group programs. And this is a space where really a lot of online entrepreneurs reside, because you get the benefits of both the close and personal interactions with your one-on-one clients, but also knowing you're reaching larger numbers of people at a lower price point in the group program. So it's really exciting to have both of those kind of working together. You need to be prepared to do marketing efforts for both of them, so calling people into your one-on-one programs as well as doing the marketing for the group programs. So it's best to work up to this gradually and make sure you're ready for those efforts. But it's really rewarding. It's so much fun. And it provides lots of diversity in who you'll get to speak with and interact with each day. And you get to really see your impact helping so many different people. It's really, really wonderful. And then another model that you might think about is speaking engagements. You may be someone who likes to speak on the stage or speak in an online way like this and do podcasts and interviews. So this is really, really a fun way, not only to receive income, but also to grow your business, because every single time that you put yourself out there, you will be growing your business and your list of followers, as long as you have that newsletter sign-up form prominently on your homepage. People can come and check you out and then sign up for your newsletter. So it's really fun and engaging to be, speaking and engaging with people in that way, and then also seeing your audience grow as a result with people who resonated with your message. Okay. So those are the 5 strategies that I was very excited to share with you today. And when you properly and consciously apply these, you truly cannot go wrong. So I want to share something more with you today. So I know that there are many, many of you out there who are brilliant and creative teachers, speakers, coaches, creatives, and healers, and more. And I'm here to tell you that you are so needed. The world really and truly needs your brilliance and your healing and expertise at this time, more so than ever before in human history. I think we can all agree that we are at a crisis point right now in our world, and we need to take action in any and all ways that we possibly can. And at the same time, we have been given this gift of technology, of being able to connect in forums like this on Zoom, and on Facebook, and on many different places online in which people from all corners of the earth can gather. And when we meet on Zoom like this, it's like we're all sitting together in a friend's living room. We're putting our energies together, we're putting our hearts and our minds together to have a conversation about what's really important and what's really happening right now. So in this online world, if you are wanting to start a business, if you have a knowing that you want to get your message out there in a bigger way, we have access to create websites, which can be a global point of connection for others to find you. And this is, you can really use this in beautiful ways. This technology is available to us so that we can heal and teach and shine our light and raise our vibration and help to raise other people's vibration on a much higher scale, on a global scale. And so we have the power to utilize this solution. It's like at a time of great need right now is coming a beautiful solution, as the ability that we all have to connect through this technology is just getting easier and easier and stronger. And so my mission is to help as many people as possible to break free from all that holds you back, so that you can rise above any perceived limitations that you may have and really step into your full personal power and share your important message with the world. And my goal is to empower as many people as possible to go out and change the world, because we need you, right? My kids need you. My future grandchildren need you. The next 7 generations need you to go out and create real and lasting change through doing the work that you were sent here to do in this lifetime. And we each really need to step forward. We need to find the courage and the conviction, and each one of us must share our important gifts with the world. So if you have an amazing business or an amazing business idea, and you just haven't been able to get it started or to get your work out to the world on the scale that you know you are capable of, and if you know you're meant to change the world but you don't know where to begin, or if you want to take action but the technology and the marketing strategies and everything all seem too overwhelming, then I have something to share with you today that you're going to love. So I have created an online training program that's called The Magic of You. Some of you on this call have taken it last year. And this is to guide and support you through this process of creating a new business or up-leveling your existing business. And this is a 22-week program. So in it, we're going to go so much deeper into building your website and providing real, all the details that you'll need to do that. Getting clear on your ideal client, setting up your pricing and your products or your service structure, and so much more, creating your marketing and your content and how you will be communicating with your clients out there, so that you can get your business started or get it revitalized quickly, to minimize the stress on you and to help prevent so many of the errors and mistakes that most first-time business owners experience. And I am offering this program at an amazingly affordable price for what is included, because I really want as many people as possible to be able to participate in this and then go out and change the world. So let me share this with you. And I am so excited to share it because people who have attended it in the past have just had such an amazing experience. Okay, let me do one thing here. Okay, so the program is called The Magic of You, and it is a 22-week online course and a mastermind program. I'll talk more about the mastermind component soon, but this is where so many people just received such a much higher benefit than they even realized or even expected. And this is to help you transform your visionary idea into a profitable business. And it's going to run for 22 weeks from September 20th to February 28th. And so this training program is based on the same 4 guiding principles that all of my one-on-one entrepreneurial business coaching programs are built upon. So principle 1 is financial and business expertise to create a solid and sustainable income. And this is really based on my strong financial and business background. I have my MBA, and I worked in finance and business and project management for over 15 years before I quit all that to start Sacred Planet. So I have a really solid foundation that I weave in with the spiritual aspects of this work to provide a really well-rounded experience for you. Principle 2 is creating highly successful entrepreneurial ventures designed to change the world. Because as I was just saying, we need every single one of us who is ready to go ahead and step up and step fully into their purpose, fully into your personal power, so that you can create the change in the world that you were meant to do. And really the future of our world is depending on all of us right now. Also, embracing technology as a tool to share your important message with the world. Now, this is something that, as I mentioned, many spiritual and heart-based entrepreneurs find this as a huge stumbling block. And in this program, I'm going to be presenting technology that is very user-friendly, that is very, very low cost, as anybody who took it before can vouch for, that makes it really accessible and easy to use. You'll be amazed. You'll be blown away by how much easier it is to use the technology out there than what you could have possibly thought. And principle 4 is accessing the magic and mystery of nature and the cosmos, which is always available to support and guide us. And so this is so important to me to be woven into this work, because it's not just about setting up a website and putting stuff out there and doing marketing. It's about the deeper reason why we're doing this work, and it's about receiving the guidance that you need that is really going to set you forward on your path and help you to make your highest possible impact for the future of our world. So here are the logistics for the Magic of You. So the program dates will be September 20th to February 28th. We'll meet every other Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Modules will consist of 60 to 90 minutes of me doing a teaching portion, followed by 30 to 45 minutes of Q&A. So you will be receiving every other week the opportunity to receive specific personalized coaching from me in the Q&A. And we really get into detail here. You know, you are welcome to raise your hand and we can do, you know, kind of a case study on exactly what you're going through at the time. And I will offer my top tips and recommendations to help you move forward. And also you'll benefit from hearing the other students and what they're working on, and you will get the advice on that as well. So each participant will also be placed into a smaller mastermind group of 6 to 10 people who are at a similar level of building their business. And this mastermind aspect is so amazing. It provides just an incredible opportunity for higher levels of inspiration and connection. Mastermind participants from previous years have worked together across continents on a project that they wanted to go and do together. And some of the mastermind people from previous years of the Magic of You are still communicating. So it's just really, really fantastic. So there will be 11 modules in total, with a new module introduced every 2 weeks. So that makes the total of a 22-week program. And I want to share with you in brief, you know, each of the modules that we'll work through. So module number 1 is finding clarity and focus on your highest path. And this is to help you really get clear on what you're meant to do. Now, there's an important bonus that will also walk you through the process of getting really, really clear on what you want to offer, what is most important for you to bring into the world. And then we'll speak more about that here in module 1. And to discover your strongest medicine. Like, what is it that you are here for? What is it that you want to share with the world? Now, module number 2 will talk about building your confidence and your self-worth and your personal power. This is the absolute most important foundational work to make sure that everything else we do in the course flows for you with ease and with grace. So we'll be working on clearing your limiting beliefs. We'll work on redesigning your environment to really support and inspire you. And we'll be talking about how you can energetically become aligned with your highest self. And this is really powerful work that outside of this course, I only share this with my one-on-one clients. So it's really, really special and powerful. And we go deeply into all of this. And then module number 3, and I'm just going to check the chat to make sure everybody can see and hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so module number 3 is to create and optimize your website. So we'll talk about, do you want to do it yourself or do you want to hire a web developer? And we will go into Squarespace for those who would like to create without using an outside web developer, who want to be able to manage their own site, who want to keep their costs low and still create a beautiful website. And I will do a very detailed demo on exactly how to get your Squarespace site up and running in less than a week. And the past students who have done this have just blown me away with the absolute beauty of the websites that they've created in less than a week, or a week or 2 at most. And it's so much fun to see how everybody takes this information and just runs with it. And so I'll give you a really in-depth look at exactly how to do that. Now, module number 4 is technology tools to save you time and money. So we talked a little bit today about your email subscriber list, but let's talk in this course about how to really personalize your connection with your subscribers, and how to use those subscriber email subscriber applications to maximize your impact and minimize the time and effort that you're putting into that. We're also going to talk about calendar and scheduling apps, about how to use payment processing options, and other technology options that are available for you. And as I said, these are going to be so much easier to use than you would ever imagine. And once you're done this module, you'll really have your arms around all the technology that you need to get started on building your business. So it's going to help you leap forward, just cut through all the clutter. You do not have to do all that online research and figuring out what programs are right for you or wrong for you. This is going to save you so much time and money. You have no idea. So module number 5 is when we get into marketing and communications and why selling, as we typically think of it, does not make you money. And what we want to do instead is to build a true connection and trust with your potential clients and really offer them information generously and just really build that relationship with them where they feel like they know you, they feel like you are a friend to them and that you will get to know them as well. And how to write highly successful content even when you're not sure what to write. We're going to go, I have a really, really beautiful system for how to do that that makes it so easy. You're going to love it. Okay, so module number 6 is all about your ideal client. We talked about this just briefly today, but there is so much more we can get into here. And this is just key to creating a financially sustainable business where you're really going to be talking with people who want to become your customers and your clients. And this is just absolutely, critical and just so important for your business to be successful and sustainable over the long term. So we're going to go really deeply into that. Module number 7 is about list building. So why your list of devoted fans is your most valuable business asset and should be honored and respected as such. And we'll get into the technology of really reaching your ideal clients all around the world in creative and generous and engaging ways that are going to delight and inspire them. And I'll give you some practical and easy to implement strategies that really work and that will be aligned with your values as a spiritual and heart-based entrepreneur. Okay, module 8 and 9, we're going to be talking about pricing and packaging and money mindset. So this is so, so important. If you want your business to be financially sustainable, you've got to be really strong and have a deep understanding of what we're going to cover here. So first of all, we'll talk about why pay by the hour and pay by the session models are never going to bring you the income that you deserve. And so you may be doing those now and you may be doing okay, but I have a huge shift, a huge mindset shift here that's going to really help you up level to where you will no longer be trading dollars for hours and you will really be able to bring in the income that you deserve in a way that you are still giving generously and sticking with your values, okay? And also how to completely redesign your pricing and packaging so that your clients receive their desired outcomes every time. And so that your valuable time and energy is properly valued every time. This is something that so many heart-based entrepreneurs are struggling with, is not having their valuable time and energy properly valued, or not knowing if their clients are getting the outcome that they really wanted. And so this is just so important. We have some really, really beautiful information to help you up level on all of that. And then module number 9 is about generating real income. So welcoming in a brand new money mindset so that you can really receive that abundance that the universe wants to send to you, and how to plan your programs and offerings so that they will be a channel through which the universe can send you a steady and reliable stream of income, because we can't just put things out there willy-nilly and hope for the best. We have to have a really good strategy that's going to work, month after month, year after year, so that you can plan for the future, so that you can have that income that you need. So we're going to talk about that too. And I wanted to put this in here, as we talked about earlier, money gives you the freedom to make your highest contribution to our world. So that money mindset piece is so critically important as you move into wanting to start your own venture. Now, module number 10 is building a foundation for success. So how to set up your business to support your optimal schedule. how to set boundaries to protect your energy and your health. Okay, so this is all putting things into place to protect you, to protect your valuable time and energy, and to really let you live the life that you want, the life that you will love. So like I said earlier, if you want to have off every Friday, we're going to plan that in from the very beginning. How to create contracts and financial agreements that will, again, offer you protection, legal protection, and protection for the efforts that you're putting forth. And again, planning your structure to really give you the freedom that you deserve, but also maximize your impact and also let your business to grow, or allow your business to continue growing and expanding even while you have that freedom. It is possible. It can be done. And the online forum is the way to do it. Absolutely. And then module 11 is our final module, and this is planning for expansion. So what do you want to do next? Do you want to create online events? Do you want to become a speaker and a thought leader? Do you want to connect with other leaders in your field? How do you want to position your business to really change the world on a global scale? So we'll talk about thinking big and how you can really plan for the next levels that you want to go to. So I have some really exciting bonuses that I want to share with you if you want to join the Magic of You. So bonus number 1 is a fast action bonus. So this is just for the first 3 people that join today. And this will be to receive a set of 3 60-minute one-on-one life and business coaching sessions with me. Now, this is not something that I usually do, to give away a set of 3. This is for us to really work closely together, and we can spend this time together working on your specific scenario so that you can take your work to the next level even more quickly and more easily. You're going to be, of course, through the magic of you, taking your work to the next level, but this is just going to supercharge all of that when we work together, and I will be just, we'll go into a lot of detail about exactly what you need. So this is an $897 value. So this, I encourage you, if you want to join, go ahead and sign up as soon as I give you the link so that you can get one of these set of 3 sessions. And then bonus number 2 is also a fast action bonus, and this is for the first 5 people to join. So if you're one of the first 3, you'll get both of these. But the first 5 people to join will receive an interview recording session with me. And so we'll record a 20-minute interview where I'm interviewing you. And I recommend doing this later on down the road, maybe in like January or February after you've completed a lot of the magic of you and you're really, really clear on what you would like to be interviewed on. This is such a beautiful way to showcase your expertise and your wisdom. And this video then, and I will, if the video needs editing, I will get it edited before I send it to you, and it can then be posted on your website, shared on social media. There are so many different ways you can use this video to really get your work out there to the world in a larger scale, and really bring new clients into your website. So this is really priceless, but I had to put a price tag on it. So it's a $4.99 value, but this is really priceless. And we have so much fun doing these. Okay, so again, if you know you want to sign up, do it today, do it right away as soon as I put the link up so you can receive that too. Now, bonus number 3 is for everybody who joins the Magic of You within 24 hours of the end of this webinar. So no later than 12 noon Eastern time tomorrow, which is Wednesday, September 5th, you will receive a 60-minute one-on-one business coaching session with me. So if you're one of the first 3 to sign up, and you sign up within the first 24 hours, you're going to get all of these first 3 bonuses. So you'll have a total of 4 sessions with me plus a 20-minute interview session. So that's really big. We're going to get to know each other really well. I can't wait to get to know you, those who know they're ready and want to sign up right away. And we're gonna do so much amazing work together to really take everything you're doing to the next level. So, but everyone who joins within 24 hours of the end of this webinar will get a one-on-one coaching session with me, a 60-minute session. And this is just, again, to be used anytime between September 20th and February 28th, wherever you need added support during the Magic of You, whatever it might be. If you get stuck on something, or if you just know that you want to, problem solve or troubleshoot, or you want to go deeper into a certain topic because it's something that you've been stuck on before, we will go into that and we'll spend a full hour together, and we will work out that problem for you, and you'll get very, very customized coaching. Okay, now for all course participants, these last 2 bonuses are for all course participants. So everyone who registers for the Magic of You will also receive the Space Between Dreaming and Awake online course. This course has received exceptionally high reviews from participants, and it's a really important precursor to the Magic of You because it will help you to get very, very clear on what you want to offer to the world and what beginning action steps you want to take. So this is a $129 value, and everybody will receive this when you sign up for the Magic of You. And also, bonus number 5 is for everyone who registers for the Magic of You, and you'll receive a quick start bonus module, which you'll receive right away as soon as you sign up. And this includes 3 audio lessons, so you can really begin your transformation immediately. And this is some very important foundational groundwork that will help you be highly successful as you move through all of the modules of the Magic of You. Okay, so here is the link. If you would like to join the Magic of You, this new round that's starting on September 20th, here is the 2 payment plans. So you can make one payment of $849, which is pay in full, or you could choose the installment plan, which is 5 payments of $189. If you choose the installment plan, you would make your first payment today or whenever you go ahead and make the payment, and then the subsequent payments will be taken out every month for 4 additional months thereafter. Now, the early bird pricing is only good until September 12th. That is next Wednesday, and that's good until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on September 12th. So make sure that you register then, because the price is going to go up by a couple $100 after that on both the pay in full and the installment plan. So the link to go to register is jocelynmercado.com/themagicofyou, all hyphenated. And again, I strongly encourage you, if you know this is the right thing for you, to go and sign up right now so that you can get those fast action bonuses, and we can work together very closely and really, really take everything, just supercharge everything and take it all to the next level for you. Now, your purchase is risk-free, so you have until October 10th to withdraw from the program and receive a full refund. If you decide after the first few modules that this program is just not right for you, you can get your full money back, no questions asked. I want you to know that you have that my assurance that I want you to be really satisfied with what you are receiving. Now, after that, after October 10th, I'm going to be sharing some very proprietary information, so I cannot issue refunds after that time. But prior to October 10th, or by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on October 10th, you can withdraw from the class as long as you send me an email letting me know you want to do so, and receive a full refund, no questions asked. So every module includes paradigm shifts to redesign and up-level your perspective, action items that you can implement right away, user-friendly technology advice, recommendations, and secrets. And again, you're going to be just blown away by how much easier the technology is than what you would ever possibly expect. So I've done so much research on this. I've found all the best options, the most user-friendly and the lowest price that really, really work. Every module also includes practical, easy-to-implement solutions to your biggest stumbling blocks, practices to align you with the universal flow and ready to receive the highest levels of abundance. We're going to do some absolutely beautiful meditations, guided meditations, to really, really get you connected to the parts of yourself that are going to allow you to create and to be powerful, and much more. So again, the pricing, the early bird pricing that ends on September 12th is pay in full for $849 upfront, or 5 payments of $189. Those are monthly payments. And you want to go to jocelynmercado.com/themagicofyou. The Magic of You is all hyphenated. And let me just put that in the chat here quickly. Put that link in here. Okay, there's the link to go to if you would like to register now. And I want to just share with you a few of the testimonials. I'm not going to read all of these, but I just want you to be able to take them in and see what previous students of the Magic of You have experienced. So Priya in London says, the Magic of You training was quite literally a game changer. The unique blend of grounded business sense alongside the more expansive spiritual possibilities is an absolute winning formula. Thank you, Priya. And Jen S. said, the Magic of You is a true joy to experience. And with Jocelyn's support, my confidence and focus has grown, and it helped me launch my coaching healing business online. And Barb says, going through the Magic of You program was truly one of the best things I did for myself, not only to step more fully into who I am, but also to feel confident in sharing that with others. And Villamane, thank you for this beautiful testimony of Villamane. She said, the Magic of You course taught me to hold my vision and come back to it when things are getting tough. It also gave me permission to think big and reach for goals that seemed too far away. I now know they can be reached. The course materials are very in-depth, well thought out, and offered a structured approach to building your own beautiful website, newsletters, and other means of communication. And she loved the mastermind groups too. Lots and lots of people love the mastermind groups. Jenny says, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give the Magic of You a 20. Thank you, Jenny. And she has many, many beautiful things to say here as well. And Sonia said, I was sad when the Magic of You ended. She said, tech demonstrations were easy to follow, and I love that we keep the materials to refer to. And let me actually mention that here. When you join the Magic of You, you are a member for life, or for as long as you want to be a part of it. And every time that I offer a new and updated version every single year, you can participate in it again. So when we have the live calls, we'll probably run another round next September, starting next September. You'll get to participate in that again. And it's just that this information is valuable and can be applied to your business at all different levels. So if you're just starting out now, you can go through the Magic of You and upgrade and up-level everything you're doing. And then a year from now, when you're at an even higher level, you can go through it again and take all of this information and upgrade everything to the next level. So it keeps on going. It's really, really wonderful in that way. Okay. And here's a final page with just a few more testimonials. I love how David said, the Magic of You with Jocelyn Mercado was like a loving kick in the rear to me. She provided step-by-step instruction on how to build a website, attach payment options, build mailing lists, and which platforms to use for each. She is well prepared and organized. So thank you all who offered these beautiful testimonials. I'm so glad you had a wonderful experience in the class. So with that, I want to invite you all to sign up. I know some people are signing up already, so go ahead if you want to be one of the first 3 and receive all of those added sessions. Keep this Zoom screen open and then go and navigate in your web browser to the Magic of You registration page, and it's that link that I just put in the chat here, and go ahead and enroll now. And I encourage you to not wait another minute, to really make this commitment to your brightest future, to sharing your expertise and wisdom and brilliance with the world, to expanding your personal power and influence, and to join forces with me and so many other amazing entrepreneurs all around the world who are working together to create a new sacred economy. I know you're meant to be a part of that with us, and I can't wait to meet those of you who will be coming into the program and joining me and all of the other participants. I can't wait to set up the mastermind groups for all of you. In the mastermind groups, you'll be placed according to where you are in the process of building your business, so you'll be with people who are at a similar place right now. And you don't have to participate in the mastermind groups, only if you want to, but for those who do, it gives a really amazing benefit. So I want to go into the Q&A in just a minute, but there's a couple quick things I want to say. One is that this program, the Magic of You, gives you the how. Okay, so lots of times we have a vision and we know what we want to create, but we don't know how we're going to get there. And this program really gives you the practical steps, the technical steps to put your amazing talent and ideas into action. And this program will open up opportunities and new possibilities and insights for you that you didn't even know existed. So even if you only have a seedling of an idea, I encourage you to sign up and work through this process, this whole system with me in the Magic of You. And you can see what happens for you in the first few modules. And if it really doesn't resonate, you can cancel it at any time before October 10th and get your money back, okay? I'm very, very confident that you won't want to, but if you do want to, that option will be available to you. So really take this chance, really take this opportunity, because I am here for you. Those who have participated before have seen how I care so much about every single student in the class. I want you to get the most of it out of it. I want you to take your beautiful work really, really far and have a great impact in the world. And I want you to know there is just so much more available to you than what you might currently realize. You are capable of so much more than what you could possibly know at this moment. So I really encourage you to take this and just open up to a whole new way of looking at what might be available to you and what you might be capable of. And so few people will ever learn what you're learning here. Like, this is really special. It takes courage, it takes commitment and dedication, but so few people will ever embark on this path of really creating their own business, creating their own venture, their own community, and putting it out into the world in this way. So this is really, really special. If you're feeling the calling to do this, I want to honor that, and I want to let you know that it's special and unique, right? We're not normal. Those of us who want to do this, we are willing to go above and beyond. And I say that in like the very best possible way, right? We want to step outside of the old paradigm. We want to leave behind the old mainstream ways of doing things and create something completely new, and create a new life for ourselves, and create a sacred economy for our world. So if you are feeling that call, I really encourage you to step forward and step into the magic of you. Bring this new future forward. Now, again, I'm going to open the Q&A in just a minute. So if you want to start raising your hands, go ahead. If you have any questions about the 5 strategies I shared, or if you have any questions about the magic of you can go ahead and start raising your hand. But I do want to just let you know, if you've enjoyed this training video, I'm so glad that you have, and I have even more free information coming your way. So be sure to join me on Saturday for the 3rd training in this series, and it is called The Secret to Getting Crystal Clear on How You Are Meant to Change the World. And so in this video, I'm going to share how to identify your role in our collective future, why it's absolutely critical for you to stand in your power and share your talents with the world, and how every heart-based business gets us closer to creating a true life economy. And we'll also talk about how to identify your big why and how to leverage this information to maximize your passion, your personal power, and your courage to take decisive action. So I hope you'll join me on Saturday. That is September 8th, and it will be at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. UK, the same time as we are gathered here together now, and at the same Zoom link as you used to join this. So, okay, I hope to see you there. So let me open up the Q&A. Does anybody have any questions at all? Or do you have anything that you'd like to receive coaching on around your business or your venture that you're starting or thinking of starting? Okay, Connie. And you can also type your questions in the chat or in the Q&A box if you would like to. So Connie, I'm going to bring you over here. Now, when I bring you over, people will be able to see you if your video is on. I encourage you to keep your video on because I want a smiling face, but you can turn off video if you want. Now, Connie, I have, let's see. Somehow I can't unmute you and I can't hear you or see you. So your video's turned off. Are you able to unmute yourself so that I'll be able to hear you? So right now I can't hear you. And usually I have a button that lets me unmute people, and today I don't have one. Can you hear me, Connie? Oh, there we go. Okay, now you're unmuted, so I should be able to hear you. But I still can't. Connie, could you check in your system preferences or in your settings and see if your microphone is turned on? The system settings in your computer, not on Zoom, because Zoom should be working. Oh, thank you, those who have said beautiful things in the chat, those who have taken the course before. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, Connie, I'm not able to hear you, so I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me do something. Could you say something now? Let me see if I can hear you now.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Oh, now I can, yay. Yes.
Great.
Welcome.
I'm coming to you from a few miles away. I live in Ecuador in the Andes Mountain.
Oh my goodness, so beautiful. Wow, I'm so glad
Yes,
you
it is.
did this. Yeah, so what was your question, or what would you like to share?
Well, my question is this. I'm 76 years old. I went back to school very late in life. I'm just now completing my PhD. And in that process, over a number of years, of course, I found my purpose and I'm moving forward with it. I've spent the last 5 years preparing the products, if you will, of what I will be doing. The focal point of them is a training program for young learners, 6 to 17 years old. This is taken from a program that's been around for almost 50 years at the university level. Four of my mentored students and I have recreated the text or the guidebook. We have our website is pretty near completion. It is using Squarespace as you recommended.
Wonderful.
But my question really is this. I don't know that today I have a big problem as far as how I personally feel about money, but I do see a lot of things online that's a turnoff as far as how to present it and so on. But what I want for this particular program is that every child can be included in some way. So if I could offer it free, I would like to do that. If I could offer it by donation, I'd like to do that. I'm not sure how to approach it to achieve what's really in my heart. A lot of the programs, including the one I'm involved in, there is a program, a method set up so that if you don't have the funds to do it, for instance, I have mentored graduate students for the last 2 years in exchange for my tuition for my PhD. To me, that was a remarkable gift. My previous education was with Prescott College. I did my bachelor's and master's there, and then I was faced with the reality that there's no way I could match the $90,000 tuition, even with student loans. So I just would like to get some input from you. You seem very straightforward, very sincere in what you offer, and I think your information would be valuable in some ideas of how to approach this and still maintain it so that everyone can participate.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful question. And I do think I believe so firmly, and I've started myself testing out ways that we can offer things for free or offer things by donation and still receive the contribution that we need, right? But make it available to people whether or not they have that income available. And so there are a lot of different ways to do that. I'm wondering, Connie, if we should have just a free one-on-one call, because it's almost like beyond the scope of what I could get into here, because there's so many different possibilities, and I would want to learn more about your work, and what what you're presenting. But what I can say here in the forum, and then I encourage you to reach out to me separately if you would want to just have a free call, where we could go deeper into that, is that it is possible. As you saw, I mean, I love that example of how you mentored other students in exchange for your tuition. I mean, that is so fantastic. And I love that what is the university? It was Prescott College that set that up?
No, I did my first 2 degrees there. It's Project Nature Connect. It's actually through Acoma University in Hawaii.
Yes, I'm familiar with that. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
the individual who created the program is Dr. Michael J. Coleman, Project Nature Connect, if you want to look at that.
yes, I have looked into his work and it's incredible. So yes, there are ways to make this happen. Absolutely. It requires some real creativity. It requires some real outside of the box thinking. And it requires also having an audience who is, very, very open to these new ways of approaching economics and willing to contribute, or at least the people who have the resources are willing to contribute. So I think a big part of it for you will be building that audience that's really open to that and willing to support that in beautiful ways. So that'll be a key part of it for you, is in building your audience. But the way that you offer it, I mean, there are really infinite possibilities, and asking for donations is one way, but there are also ways where you could have a business model where you have some programs that are paid for, and maybe depending on where you're offering these programs for children, if you're offering them to, this is just an example that I don't know if really applies for you, but this is just to give an example. If you're offering programs to private school students where the income levels of the families might be a little higher. You could offer something as a paid program to them where you're receiving the money, and then letting them know that the money that they're paying for the program over here is enabling other students whose families may not have that disposable income available to receive the same training, right? So it's like the paid program can cover the cost of both that program and the one that you want to do by scholarship or giving for free. That's another model that you could possibly look at.
That
So
feels good.
yeah, so those are just a couple of thoughts that I have initially. But if you would want to talk to me, just reply to any of my emails that you might have received from me, and we could set up a one-on-one session, because I'd love to learn more and offer you maybe some more ideas once I know more about your work.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that was helpful, and I'm just so inspired by what you shared that you are working on. I wish you all the best in that. Okay, thank you, Connie. Have a beautiful day. So glad you could join
Thank
us
you.
from Ecuador. Yeah. Wow, very, very inspiring. Okay, does anybody else want to ask a question? You don't have to. I just want to be available to you if you want to. If nobody else has a question, we'll go ahead and close. I hope you've all enjoyed this presentation, and I hope you'll join me on Saturday. We're going to have a lot of fun in that session too, and I'm going to share lots more valuable information to really help you on your journey. So lots of love to everybody who's watching this live and watching this as a recording. I will hopefully see you on Saturday, and I hope you have a wonderful week.